These runners are getting out of control, and today we fix it. What's up guys, I'm Rhett. Welcome back to Lawn Insider. You can maintain a beautiful lawn with a string trimmer. It can edge, it can trim, really it can do it all, but they do take a lot more practice. They're finicky, people have a lot of trouble with them, and there's a lot less room for error. I think we've all been walking through our neighborhoods and we'll see a lawn or two where the gap between the sidewalk and their yard is that big. And that's why I opt to use a metal attachment when I'm doing my edges. In my opinion, metal is just easier and you're gonna get a crispy edge every time. And I've let my Bermuda runners grow all season, so I haven't edged a single time, specifically for this video. I'm not an animal, but you can see Bermuda, like I've said a million times before, it wants to run laterally. That's its growth habit. So over the surface, it has stolons. These are called Bermuda grass runners, and that's a good look at a Bermuda grass runner. And then underneath it has rhizomes, and that's what your Bermuda lawn is made up of. It's just millions of those interwoven with one another. And you can see Bermuda has no problem making its way onto sidewalks, driveways, and other places where you really don't want it to be. And if you want to maintain a beautiful Bermuda lawn, a big part of that is making sure you're maintaining a crispy edge. Over here on the side yard, it's the same thing. I have not edged it all year. And then along the perimeter of my house, and really anywhere where I can't mow right up next to it, there's areas that need to get trimmed as well. So right here next to this utility pole, you can see there's an area there. And then all along the edge of my house, in the backyard, along the fence, everything needs to be trimmed. I haven't pulled out the trimmer at all this year. But what's cool about this attachment is that it can edge and it can trim, and you never have to switch back and forth between your string trimmer and your edger. So let's check it out. The name of the attachment is the Power Rotary Scissors by Idech. I picked this up off of Amazon. It comes with just the attachment and actually a smaller diameter blade, and I opted to purchase the larger diameter blade, and I'll let you know why here in a minute. But it only comes with the attachment. You're gonna have to put it on your existing string trimmer. It does fit on most string trimmers, but it's definitely something that you would want to check out before purchasing. And in the box, it comes with these different adapters, and this is what allows you to use it on the various string trimmers. The one that I use it on is just a 40-volt brushless Ryobi, and it's done great. I did actually use one on my older Ryobi, which wasn't a brushless motor, and it ended up burning it up. So you definitely would want to opt for something with a more powerful motor, or obviously if you're using gas, that would work as well. You're also going to want to purchase some grease. Every 10 hours of operation, you're supposed to grease this area, which is more around the blade housing, and then this gearbox right here every 25 hours of operation. And this just says gearbox EP0 grease. So I told y'all that I opted to get the larger diameter blade, and the reason I did that is because initially I was just using the blade that the rotary scissors came with, but what I found was when I was trying to edge around the yard, and if you come in closer you'll see right here on the blade housing that it was starting to obviously create friction, and then part of this was starting to essentially like wear down or rub off. So I found that if I use these larger blades that I can create my edge and I never even have to touch the blade housing. So this has actually looked exactly like this for 2 seasons now, ever since I ended up switching to the larger blades. A couple of negatives about using the Power Rotary Scissors. I would say number one is just that it is a lot heavier than your traditional string trimmer. So when you're carrying it around the yard, you are gonna get an arm workout for sure. And then another thing is it's pretty loud. So when you are using it, it's definitely a good idea to use some sort of protection over your ears just so you don't go deaf while you're operating it. Almost forgot, when you are switching out the blades, all it takes is taking a pair of needle nose pliers and pinching this clip off, and then you can pull off the housing, put in the new blades, and then you just reassemble by clipping it back in. A few things that I do really like about this attachment. Number one is just the utility of it. I can use it for my edging, I can use it for my trimming, and I don't have to go back and forth and switch the attachments. The other thing is just how durable it is. So yeah, it is heavy, but this thing can last you forever. And before I was using this, I was using the blades with the smaller diameter. So this one attachment has lasted me 5 seasons already. And then another thing is if you're ever just trimming and you run into a rock or anything like that, it's not gonna kick it off 100 feet like a string trimmer would. So right now I'm just gonna show you how it edges. We're gonna go along the perimeter of the sidewalk and the driveway here. So when I edge, I just turn it upside down. I try to get it perpendicular with the sidewalk and start it up. And I grabbed the camera here for a second, but you can see even before cleaning this off that it creates a nice, tight, crispy edge. And y'all saw how overgrown that was. And you can see just how much clippings and dirt and all that kind of stuff that it left. But it made pretty quick work of that overgrown edge. If you're finding value in this content, please take a moment to hit that thumbs up button below. And if you're not already, consider subscribing. It really helps out the channel. Now back to the video. I also use this attachment around my tree rings. Obviously, if you look at it right now, I haven't really kept up with them so far this year, so I've got some runners that are working their way towards the trunk, but all I do is hang it over the lip and then follow the perimeter of the circle. And I do the same thing over at my flower bed. I just hang it over the lip and then follow the edge. And now I'll show you what it looks like doing a little bit of trimming with the power rotary scissors. You can see up here against the fence line, that has definitely gotten away from me a little bit. And when I do go into it with the rotary scissors, it's gonna scalp, but obviously it'll grow back. Bermuda is tough, so here we go. And now we'll just trim the perimeter of the house here. And it actually has no trouble if you touch the blade directly to the side of the house. Nothing catastrophic happens, really nothing happens at all. So here we go. Oh, what a difference an afternoon can make. So here is the finished product. Have a nice tight edge along the sidewalk now. Did the tree rings around the utility pole and cleaned up along the edge of the house and of course the fence line there. So do you need a power rotary scissors attachment? No, but is it one of my favorite pieces of equipment and does it make my life easier? yes, I don't have to worry about a string trimmer. I don't have to worry about switching back and forth between pieces of equipment. And like I mentioned, I just like having that metal attachment when I'm doing an edge because it's easier and it's going to give you that nice crisp edge every time. Well, I've got to finish up the rest of my lawn, and I'm hoping that I can edit and publish this video for y'all later tonight. So I've got my plate full. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up right here. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave it a like. If you're enjoying the content and you want to continue to see more of it, hit that black subscribe button below. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave those in the comments section below. I'll see y'all again soon. Lawn Insider out.